Hey, how's it going? So, I just sent you guys an email with an outline of basically kind of a breakdown. Been working with, as you can see here, hundreds of med spas in the last couple of years. I've been doing digital marketing for 20 years, but sometimes we're coming across times where there's one thing works really good for somebody in one place, doesn't work for somebody in another place. It could be the almost exact same targeting, exact same um, like whatnot, treatments, pricing, whatever the case may be. So, we're starting to seeing here, the common threads of where a lot of these are occurring. So we put an outline together to help us move forward, so we can send it to our clients as we're getting started. It's kind of like a checklist of one things that that they really need to think about. Sometimes if you're wondering why leads aren't converting, you get a lot of leads. There's a lot of reasons that go into that. Some of it's on the agency side, some of it's on the marketing, some of it's on the in-house side. So we're just trying to figure out. So this first part, we're going to go through the stuff that's on the client side in here. Um, so you got to think about this as the part of maybe like where a lead comes in and then you wonder why they don't call back or they don't show up. So we're going to kind of go through this outline related to some of this, what we've seen defined as some of the causes and issues with that. So you can see here, it's things needed for successful paid marketing. This is on the client side. The number one thing that's always important is the social proof. The more social proof you have, higher prices you can charge, the better lead conversion. When somebody sees an ad on Facebook or even if it's searching on Google, whatever it is, and they become a lead, between that time you're busy texting them, emailing them, the automated process is going on. They're going to take time to go look at your Google reviews. They're going to go to your website. There's here, right here. So website and social media. Those are like the two first things. Before and afters is what they want to see. They want to know who's going to be putting a needle in their face or touching them. And these are things I'll talk all you want about AI. AI doesn't fix this. AI can reach out and talk to people. At the end of the day, they're going to stop and do this before they come out and take a look at come to your location. So these are the things that we really see. If you're going to start running paid ads, um, to go through and do this quick checklist. Positive reviews. That's definitely one thing that you want to see. And you're going to see related to ads in here a lot. And I put that on three: before and afters related to ads, testimonials related to ads. All this stuff too should be in the automated text messages and messaging that you send the leads. But there's a lot of I've seen a lot of crisscrossing of maybe a practice that's more medical related, trying to get into aesthetics, or maybe a more of an aesthetics, trying to get more into medical related treatments. Um, and they're having an issue crossing over because they don't have reviews before and after some testimonials that are related to those treatments. So maybe a med spa decides they want to start doing PRP hair restoration and it's not doing really too good. Versus I run the same ad for a hair restoration specialist. They do great with that because they have more background in it. They have more reviews in it. They have more, everything related to support the social proof that's related to that PRP hair restoration technique. So, not saying don't go where you don't know, but just keep in mind that you may have to offer a lower price, or you may have to do, to get into that market a little bit to generate your social proof. So then you can raise your prices. So these are things that are social proof is probably the number one thing that you really need to have and related to the ads you're running, the treatment you're providing. Um, Another thing is the next thing we always seem to notice as an issue is treatment mix. Um, some practices don't have the mix of treatments that do well. So as here, the first one we're going to mention go over is assortment of popular and marketable treatments. Here's a good list of them, and obviously these are ones that we always had good success with. Is injectables, Morpheus 8, PRP, that could be hair restoration, O shot, P shot, IV therapy, laser skins, PDO threads, and body contouring. The clients that we do really good with, we've been working with for years, have pretty much one of each one of these. So now we can have steady campaigns going, steady injectable campaign running, a steady ongoing Morpheus 8, and each one of these could be doing $10,000 a month in new patient revenue. So some clients we come across, they only do injectables. They don't have a machine that does this. They don't do this. They don't do that. So then they get kind of limited. So then, there's always a time too of the year where maybe this treatment is a better time of year than this treatment. So that comes into play, is having that mix, because having that mix right there, that gives you also the ability to cross and upsell and create recurring revenue packages. So, um, so it's really important to have a good mix of treatments, and not like here we put not every treatment is marketable ad cost wise. Like you don't see microneedling on here or IPLs or chemical peels, because those treatments really don't, they're low cost. They're not really, marketing wise, they don't make sense to spend, because the tickets price is down. So, that's not really more, that's more or less to use to your in-house clients, in-house marketing, or these are great for new customers. So, having that proper treatment mix really makes a big difference. And here, like we mentioned here, stay away from being the first in the USA equipment. I don't know how many times I get a phone call from somebody who says, "Oh, we're the first ones to ever have this treatment. It's the biggest thing in Europe. It's the biggest this. It's better than CoolSculpting. It's better than Morpheus. Whatever it is." That usually is my first red flag, and that means that you're going to have to spend a lot of money, groundwork, educating, um, clients, to get them to try it. I mean, you can maybe get a nice little kick from your in-house clients, that already know you, but treatments that people who don't know you or don't know the treatment, those are really hard to market. And I get a lot of calls and people say, "Hey, we want to run this," and like you're not gonna have much luck with that. I mean, I'll try it, but can't really guarantee. So, when you have a good treatment mix, and then that gives us a goal where, like I hear, goal should be get 3 to 4 ongoing profitable ads, 8 to 10K average each per month. So if you have 4 at 10, that's $40,000 a month in new patient revenue. So it's really, to get these 3 to 4, you need to have a good selection of so we can do the weed down process and go through that. Well, the next things that's important here is availability. We got a lot of people here who are maybe transitioning where they're still working in an ER. They're still working in, the regular practice, and then they're doing this on the, on the weekends. And, so you have to really kind of making sure that you have that in place before spending money on ads. It's important to have somebody that answers the calls, as automated as people like to make this to be. People still want to talk to somebody first, especially if it's a higher price ticket. They want to hear somebody's voice. They want to talk to the person that's going to do the treatment as well. So answer calls, that's a big deal here. If you can go back here, I could show you one right here. This is a client that called me and says that they're not having much luck. And I'm going through the call reporting here, and there's, no 9 seconds, 12 seconds. All of these phone calls are hitting their voicemail, and no one leaves messages for the first time. They're going to go on to the next company. They may try back once or twice, but this is, especially we do a lot of ads on Google. Google generates a lot of phone calls. Not like Facebook is more leads, but this is, so you definitely want to make sure that that's in place, because so the availability, answer phone calls is a big step. Appointment availability, that's another issue that some clients come across, and that's again the ones who are maybe not doing this full time or only working a couple days a week. It's really hard if you're not offering time to come in for people on the weekends or after work in the typical hours when a lot of hair salons are open and nail salons. If they're not open on the weekends, they're not going to get any business. So you really have to be able to be able to meet that part of it. Next one is personal outreach. This to build trust. This is really important. I see this a big difference in a lot of the leads that clients with their leads. If they're the person who's actually doing like the injectables, the Botox, the one doing it, the one that's actually doing the treatment, if they're able to reach out, you can make it look like it. I know they say AI, whatever, But if you can text somebody says, hey, so you're interested in our Botox, when was the last time you had a treatment, what area you're thinking of working on, just to build that sort of communication. And that works the best is when the person who actually does the treatment can reach out and you know and ask the question. It's really hard to get anybody on a phone. Anytime they see a phone call, the unknown number, they're not going to answer it. So you want to be able to, from a phone, you can have separate from whatever it is, but that's really needs to be done. So these first three treatments, these are all pretty much on the client side. Now I'm going to do another video here coming up for ones that are next sections, which are more from your side and combined with whoever is helping you, whether it's an in-house person, agency, or what. All right, thanks.